We've been waiting for this all year. Halloween, a celebration that's never boring. The best pranks to pull in school on this day can be found in this very video. Keep your eyes peeled.
Wow.
Teachers are also big fans of Halloween. Funny jokes, sweet, and somewhat scary decorations everywhere. But something isn't right. Oh no. These aren't her ordinary students. Those are 2 zombies. Forget the lesson. Run for your life. Well, Justin and Molly are rather happy with themselves. I don't think anyone will be checking their homework. School can be a bit of a drag. The teacher refuses to even wear a costume. But Maggie is always prepared and is telling Molly all about the prank she planned in advance, so things are looking up.
Wow.
For now, you two need to behave yourselves so the teacher doesn't catch you. She's got eyes like a hawk.
Huh.
The basis of this joke is a trick of the lights, apparently. Molly is playing the role of accomplice, and she's been called to the board. Here's where the magic begins. Darkness falls on the classroom, and Molly takes advantage of the spooky setup. Was that the desired effect? I'd say so. Now, you don't really think that teachers are positively brimming with excitement to go to work every day, do you? They'd prefer to sleep in just like the rest of us, warm in their beds. But since that isn't possible, sometimes they drift off right in the middle of class. And this makes for the perfect prank opportunity. Molly already has something in mind, and Justin fully supports the idea. Anything to avoid actually learning something. What do you have there, Molly? Glue and eyes. Interesting combination that promises a blood-curdling scream. She takes them and glues them to the teacher's glasses. Simple but effective. Now get back to your seat, girl. Time for step 2. Wake up your victim. Bam! Molly enjoyed that. Teach opens her eyes to see something terrible staring back at her. That's not what I'd call a nice wake-up call. The poor lady keeps trying to swat away whatever it is that's haunting her, but it's useless. Eventually, she realizes it's all just a little joke. Those darn kids. They're gonna drive her into an early grave at this rate. Get out of her classroom before she gets really mad. By the looks of it, these two are at it again, and now they've gotten their hands on a severed hand. Wow, it just needs a little work to look more realistic. With the addition of some fake blood, it's ready to be put to use. They hide it in the drawer of the teacher's desk and give her a reason to open it. Right on cue, Teach enters the classroom. Wow, she seems to be in a great mood. That must mean a test is coming. She's always perfectly perky before she announces a pop quiz. But for that, she needs a piece of chalk to happily write it on the board. Where might she have some? Of course. She doesn't even look as she sticks her hand into her drawer, and she's met with a nightmare. She was not prepared for that. Her screams of help are only met with laughter, and the hand ends up landing right on the head of one of our pranksters. A little karma for the kids. The bell has rung, and that means class has started, and yet those two troublemakers are still chatting away. Molly tries to make it clear that it's time to turn around and face the front of the class, but to no avail.
Hey!
The teacher is losing her patience. How dare they be so rude? No respect. So she takes matters into her own hands.
Ew!
That's right, she's coming for you. But what meets her eyes? Actually, this is all rather silly. The girls have made a second head out of a toy pumpkin that they secured with a hoodie. Simple, but scary. Here's hoping the teacher runs all the way home in panic and class gets canceled.
Yeah!
Molly loves her little creepy crawler and has even brought it to school with her. She just couldn't part with him. But Becky finds her pet simply revolting. To be fair, she's not the only one. A little joke might change her mind. Molly pretends that her little friend has escaped from his jar. Isn't that just awful?
Huh?
Becky is rather disturbed by this turn of events. She's more worried about herself than the roach, however. She searches, but it looks like that little guy has found his way onto her shoulder. That's it. She'll never sit next to Molly again. She might not come to school again either, actually. Becky here is pretty used to being the center of attention at parties, especially when it comes to guys, and she's the belle of this ball per the usual. But you have to admit, that feeling is quite great. But in struts Molly and everyone whips their heads around to look at her. You can see why.
Aww. Hey!
That girl grew some curves overnight, apparently.
Hey!
Dance away, guys. We'll see who comes out on top in the end. Becky has an idea as to what Molly's secret is, and she dances on over to bring that girl crashing back down to earth.
Yeah!
A step to the right, one to the left, and stop. This is gonna be loud. Bam! All of your dreams of having the world revolve around you, Molly, have just been deflated. Maybe it's time to make your exit. Bye!
Huh.
The guys are stunned. They can't believe they were that easily tricked. Well then, things are back as they should be. Don't hold it against them, Becky. Man, oh man, Molly is over all this. Both the teacher droning on and the nerd sitting next to her. A little messing around will lift her spirits, but she was not expecting to have it answered in kind. And now a tiny battle has broken out. In the end, Justin is the one who's left with an injury. What a nightmare. Someone call an ambulance, quick. I think we're losing him. The teacher wasn't prepared for such an exciting day and passes out from the horror of it all. Molly still has her eyes open, but they are wide open with fear. And yet she still doesn't see this is all a prank. Justin is left alone, but he's happy about it. How can you repeat this idea? It's super simple. You'll need some toilet paper and glue for starters. This will take a bit of time to prepare, but the results are so worth it and realistic. Layer on the toilet paper and then make a slit in the center. That will make your cut later. The next step involves fake blood. Secure it down and into shape with the help of a hairdryer and cover it with some foundation. The teacher has finally rejoined the land of the living and is trying to figure out what happened.
Ew. Oh.
Molly was continuing to scream her head off until she saw Justin laughing uncontrollably.
No.